Hey, good morning. Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook is also driven by 802cars.com. It represents 802 Toyota Twin Cities Subaru and 802 Honda. They're all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. The big driver right now is this area of low pressure up here in Labrador, and it is forcing and suppressing a lot of the weather that's been rounds and rounds of showers and thunderstorms pushed off to the south of us, and some pretty strong severe weather yesterday across the southern parts of New York into New York City and southern New England. Tornadic thunderstorms at that. Currently right now these are a little bit more suppressed right now, and you can see just this ridge of higher pressure. This is really the controlling influence on our weather right now currently, with a little bit of clearing taking place across portions of northern Vermont. The temperature schemes look like this. This hour we got basically 60s to the north. We're looking at much hotter conditions further to the south. This is the leftovers of Laura. Laura's now made its right turn. It'll be tracking through portions of Kentucky, West Virginia, and eventually dump out and cross out over the coast. Right now it looks like Laura is really not going to be any kind of influence or any kind of impacts for New England as it moves off the coast and heads out into the North Atlantic. Once this ridge line gets a little bit further aligned here, on the other side of that, it's going to produce another little surge northward. And this is what's going to be interfering with our weather during the day tomorrow. In fact, some showers will be reaching us with a warm front. It looks like as early as the overnight period, more toward daybreak on Saturday. It does look like a fairly cloudy day across central and northern parts of Vermont. There could be a little bit of a lull in some areas of sunshine that develop in southern parts of Vermont. And this would serve up some showers and thunderstorms, some of which one or two could be potentially strong to locally severe. It does look like it's mainly Rutland, Windsor County, and points south that will receive that. Further to the north, we'll have mainly just rain shower activity and much cooler temperatures, and also a couple embedded rumbles of thunder, but no real significant severe weather across northern areas. Here's the incremental European. So we got dry weather all the rest of today into tonight. It looks like in the early morning hours, or roughly about daybreak. This is valid about 5 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. This is a complex weather system. This is the leftovers of Laura. Some of that moisture stripped in to enhance it just a little bit. This is the main area of low pressure, which is going to take a track like this. And it's kind of oblong in the upper levels. There's another secondary area of low pressure that makes this a little bit more complex. About 988 hectopascals as this area of low pressure tracks off to the north of us. And it spreads in that moisture, and you can see that comes in during the morning hours. There looks like there's a little bit of a lull, and then we do get into some more showers and thunderstorms again, mostly in that southern area of Vermont. And then by looks like the evening hours, things are starting to improve and beginning to dry out. That'll set the stage for just a couple lingering showers. It looks like into the morning hours on Sunday. That pushes on out, and we start to see some major improvement. Also notice the pressure gradient with the deepness of this area of low pressure is a little stronger. This is kind of a signs of things to come. So consequently, we're looking at a little bit of gusty winds that might reach close to thresholds, but we're talking about the upper ridge lines of the Green Mountains. No issues down below, so that's good news there. But it is a sign of things to come. High pressure then builds in basically for Sunday night, Monday, and Tuesday. This is that weak area of higher pressure here. And we're looking at some pretty fine weather overall. Looking at that, this is valid 21Z on Monday. This is switched now to the 0Z right here. And so as we get into Monday night and Tuesday, we can see that area of higher pressure looking pretty good for Tuesday as well. And then by the time we get into Wednesday, we might see a little bit of widely scattered or isolated showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday, relatively benign. And then this frontal system will work on through, and that really is going to be a deal that is really going to affect us on Thursday. And that looks like a little more of a beefier situation here with, once again, advecting higher dew points and more humidity and slightly warmer temperatures as we get into Thursday. This will be beyond the period, and I'll just take it a little bit further beyond here as we head into next weekend before this area of higher pressure then gives us probably a few days in a row of very nice project weather, but that's well around the corner. This is the GFS Canadian Ensemble data. This is the 3-hourly QPF, and you can see that the main action here is going to develop toward tomorrow morning. This is 12Z, about 8 o'clock in the morning. This is centered on Montpelier, Vermont. And so the latest modeling here, the most recent model run, really wants to put most of the precipitation during the morning hours with the warm front, and then knock that back down with a secondary little tick here. That would be the cold front, and so forth. But overall, we're not looking at a tremendous amount of rain, although there's been some advertisement of that. The total QPF right now looks like this, and roughly around 1 inch, and this might even be a little bit overzealous. The total 1 through 7 day QPF from the Weather Prediction Center indicates roughly, you put all these together, and we could accrue as much as 3 inches in some parts of New York State to our west, and probably more like 1 to 2 inches, although I still think this is running a little bit high. And a quick look on temperature here. We're actually a little bit below normal. 0 is the white, anything in the blue is below, anything above in the tanner colors, oranges, are above normal. So you can see nothing significant here. This is the ensemble 2-meter temperatures. You can see basically near 70 degrees. We cool off just a little bit, and then we start to ramp the temperatures up just over time. This is 2-meter dew point temperatures, so this is Saturday, and we can see that we get into around 65, even a little bit higher than that. The European kind of cuts us off around 65 degrees. So overlaying that with a precipitable water, looks kind of like this. And 1.8, it's relatively significant. A little bit of moisture stripped off from the remnants of Laura, more than likely. This is the 850 temperature you can see here. Temperatures warm up with that big surge, and then we cool back down, and then we warm right back up. And those 850 millibar hectopascal temperatures, of course, equivalent just a little bit above the tippy top of Mount Mansfield. Here's how the MOS looks. This is the meteorological output statistics for Vermont. Cooler to the north and east, neutral, a little bit of a warm-up. And about 3 days later, we develop a little bit of a warmer weather pattern. As you can see here, across the eastern seaboard, another shot of colder air in the middle of the country. And looking at the tropics, the tropical depression Laura, taking a track like this. We have 2 easterly waves. The first one, way back here, about a 30% chance of cyclone formation. And the second one, also about 30%. These two are going to take quite a while before any effects to land in North America. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. Thanks for watching.